Cutting out alcohol is the single best thing you can do for your fitness. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. And you know, when I say this, a lot of people are like, oh no, you can have it in moderation. Let's talk about serious fitness goals, and then I'm going to discuss what the actual official policy is by the World Health Organization on that. And I know for a lot of people that part's not going to be convincing because a lot of people hate organizations like that, and so therefore they won't listen. So let's set that aside. We'll deal with that later. Let's talk about just common sense. All right. First of all, we know medically and biologically alcohol is literally a toxin. Okay, not this, oh, it's a poison, it's a toxin. It's, you know, that rhetoric that people put out for all these different foods, right? They love to say that. But in this case, it's actually true. Like, biologically speaking, it is a toxin to the human body. There's a reason it gets you drunk, and there's a reason your liver has to detoxify it. Okay, it's why your liver has to break it down, because it is poisonous to your cells. Okay? That is the reason you get a buzz from it and why we get drunk from it, because it's poisoning your brain, and therefore that is the effect of the poison on it. Okay? That is what being drunk actually is. All right, so we need to be clear. That is why it has all those effects, those cognitive effects. The slurred speech, slowed reactions. We get dizzy, the blurred vision, right? Now, granted, for some people, there can be some other social benefits, but it also reduces a lot of anxiety and inhibitions. That's why they get that way from it. But those are all the effects of the poison on your brain, because it is literally poisoning your brain, and that's why it causes those things. And that's why it kills you if your liver can't detoxify it. In fact, if you didn't have a liver, a relatively small amount of alcohol would kill us. Okay, so if you had a problem with your liver to where it couldn't process it because you had advanced liver disease, one night of drinking could be enough to just go ahead and just kill you. You would probably die from it. Right? Your level of alcohol poisoning would be at a much lower threshold to where it actually just kills you. All right, it's a poison. So you have that to deal with. Then we have to think about the other stuff on the fitness end. All right, so you have that. Well, the loss of inhibitions means what else? It's going to affect what you eat. So oftentimes when people drink, they eat garbage, they eat junk, they do all sorts of other stuff. In fact, I knew someone who told me once that they only smoke when they drink. They don't smoke, they're a non-smoker, but anytime they go drinking, they want to smoke. You know, again, it's nonsense like that. People eat junk food, they eat garbage when they drink. Right? It makes gaining body fat easy. Plus, we have the effects of the alcohol itself. Your body will always burn alcohol preferentially over anything else that you eat. Therefore, it's going to make you store the other foods you eat as body fat much easier. All right, so you have that. Then you have also obviously that caloric density. Now, some people have pointed out for certain sports that caloric density is a performance bonus. Yeah, because it can be like rocket fuel, but the problem is the after effects later. So for a short term, sure, for maybe a burst of performance in certain athletic events, but not before your normal training, because it has other effects on your recovery. So then we have to discuss those recovery effects. Your body has to detoxify it. It's a poison it has to filter. When it's doing that, it can't handle the other things as much as it needs to filter the different accumulation of toxic metabolites and everything from training, recovery, resources that you need for recovery from exercise and other stuff get utilized dealing with the alcohol. All right? So we have those things. Then, on top of that, we have the depression and loss of motivation that comes with alcohol. Alcohol is a proven depressant to the brain. It tends to make you more depressed, makes you unable to deal with certain things. Therefore, it will inhibit focus, it will inhibit motivation. And these are even in fairly small amounts, guys. Assume that all of this gets worse on a dose-dependent manner. All gets worse. So Then we have the point of we lose motivation. We can lose motivation to train and eat correctly. We will potentially eat a lot of garbage we're not supposed to eat when we're doing it. It makes accumulating body fat easier. Then it interferes with our recovery from exercise. So right there, when you look at these three things, for anyone pursuing fitness goals, this is of any type of fitness. This is a major problem. It's going to make it so much harder. It's going to be way harder to reach your goals. All right. This is just the physical. And then we really discuss what about mental fitness? What about spiritual fitness? All of that. And some people may not believe in the latter, and that's okay, but think about that also. Almost every major religion recognizes the problem there. Just at least to a greater or lesser extent. Okay? Because they see it. They know. The people who form those religions realize it. Spiritually, it's a problem. But definitely physically, definitely mentally. It's a depressant, lowers inhibitions, causes violence, causes accidents. Hey, the death toll from alcohol and the human suffering is pretty high. Right? Think about the sheer number of people who die just due to alcohol-related accidents, like even DWIs. It's a massive toll. We're talking tens of thousands in the U.S. every year, just on the roadways. All right, setting all that aside, then what is the medical thing? People try to argue about the medical. They'll find single isolated studies or doctors who drink will try to defend certain things. But the general agreement by all the leading physicians around the world, including the statement in the World Health Organization, according to peer-reviewed studies, alcohol absolutely is harmful even in moderation. Okay, it's been noted that even people who drink even in moderation, just that alone increases cancer risks. Okay? It's something like there were multiple cancers that have been found that even if you drink just zero versus drinking very small amounts, one to 3 drinks a week, increase several of those cancers 20 to 30% straight up. Straight up just cancer. It's a carcinogen in addition to the toxins, in addition to all the other stuff. And what they determined in the research is that they can't find the amount that doesn't cause extra harm, that even 1 drink per week has a statistical significance in increased cancer rates and other health risks. So therefore, there is no safe amount of alcohol to consume. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.